Is Andy
Off. Okay. So
Andy is. I have to tell you guys, I'll tell you guys in the meeting, but I'm also going to be stepping off. Yeah. Yeah, it's very good because we really
Want somewhere else, please?
we're going to Wyoming.
Oh, wow. Behind the Yellowstone, huh?
Huh?
Behind the Yellowstone, right?
Good. Thank you. You can go ahead.
All right, I am calling this meeting to order. And we do have a quorum here. And I would just like to read the top. Notice is hereby given that the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board of the City of Alpine, Texas will hold a meeting at 5:30 p.m. on Wednesday, January 10th, 2020. Oh, sorry, this is not correct. On Wednesday, February 14th, 2024 at City Council Chambers located at 803 West Holland Avenue for the purpose of considering the attached agenda. This notice is posted pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act. Action times approved at this meeting will go to the City Council for consideration. And Gio, can I just confirm that this was posted for the public?
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
Awesome, thank you. Opening up for public comments, and it looks like we don't have any today. And then our next item on our agenda is approving the minutes of the previous meeting from January 10th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
Motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. Awesome. Everyone in favor, raise your right hand. Awesome. Aye. Great. Okay, and then today it looks like we have no public hearings, so we will head into the information and discussion items. So first up, we are going to be discussing the relationship between Big Bend Parks and Recreation for Kids and the Parks and Recreation Board and our plan going forward. So as I was saying earlier, I will be stepping off of the board in April, will be my last meeting because we are moving out of state, and BB Parks right now only has me and then Marcy Tuck, who works for the city, so she cannot participate on the board. And then we have one other member, Brianna, and I don't think she's able to attend meetings at this time. And so I just wanted to talk to you guys about, like, obviously BB Parks wants to stay in touch with the Parks and Recreation Board. We had bounced around the idea in BB Parks of just maybe sending like quarterly updates of what we are up to. But I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on how you would like that relationship to be moving forward. If anyone has any thoughts.
Now that sounds good. Quarterly reports, you said?
Yeah, just quarterly reports, sending it to the board so you guys have an idea of what's going on.
I think that sounds good.
And then ideally, the hopes would be that we could get more people into BB Parks so that maybe one of those members would be able to start attending board meetings again. But I know in the near future, that's not going to be an option.
Okay.
Is everyone okay with moving forward with quarterly reports?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, and then our next agenda item is to distribute the 2023-2024 fiscal year tasks to board members by Darren.
Yes, so the last council meeting, council approved the 5 tasks to go from now up until the next fiscal year, so October 1st. 5 tasks in there, and really just to kind of see how you guys, how y'all want to divvy those up, and how y'all want to attack those, because that would be that's basically what it's hoping to be accomplished between now and October. And I can't even recall one of them. Gio, you may have to help me. There was ordinance review. That was one, ordinance review.
One of them was the financing of the local events.
Oh,
Was it
was
Is that rental fees or?
discussing the rental fees
Yeah.
with the building next door. I can't remember the name.
And getting that set up for, and getting it
With
set
the
up
city-
for the paid events that they're planning on doing. like
Yes,
the-
on whether or not the rate and fees need to be adjusted, deposits and such. on what they need to be changed or updated to.
Well, let's take a look. I can pull it up.
And then festival permitting, reporting, and one I can't remember.
So it's ordinance review, park rules. Uniform rules and guidelines are desired in city parks, although exceptions may be made per park for matters that benefit the general public. Rental fees for assets in city parks such as the Coconut Park Pavilion and event permitting should be reviewed and recommended by the board. And that's really it. So ordinance review, park rules, festivals and event permitting, and rental fees. And then, of course, reporting, somebody to report to the council.
Okay. I would like to handle the rental fees for the civic center. If that's okay with y'all.
Sure.
And it would be also just the Coconut Park Pavilion.
And the coconut, yes, okay.
Which we recently increased. Did that go into a factor?
That did go into effect, right, Gio?
Yes, it did.
It used to be
Y'all's
one day, now
recommendations.
it's 2 parts of a day.
So we just updated that, what, this fall? Is it September? Okay.
But I guess that falls under like an umbrella thing. If
Yeah.
anything, that'll probably end up staying the same. Or we might just take one more look at price.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that is covering what it costs the city to do that kind of stuff. And then with the civic center.
Yeah, I think it would be good for y'all to look at because it is recreation. So.
Yeah. Yes, because we did talk, with the city about, the expenses that occur sometimes with damages here. And how current fees don't really match to cover said damages, so.
Okay.
But if y'all are okay with that, I'll be tackling that issue then.
We still have ordinance review, festival permitting, park rules, and reporting is pretty much just presenting to council. Anyway,
I'll head up park rules. I'm becoming more passionate about that. Lots of things that I think we can trim out and then lots of things maybe we add. Last time we got together, we talked about adding a littering ordinance. So I think city manager was going to write that up. Do you know if she's already gotten it?
She's still working on updating that proposed ordinance based on y'all's conversation. So she did advise that she would expect to have it for you all to review and approve an official recommendation by next month.
Sounds good.
I can try to work on ordinance review before I leave.
and on that ordinance review, I kind of think that that would probably be, whatever changes are gonna come back and get validated by everyone, so.
Yeah.
Cause they always have to go through that where they come up to council.
And I think what the majority of that is just kind of going through and finding a lot of the outdated.
Yeah, the one, like you were saying, the shower caps in the pool and.
No, I believe in it.
Yeah.
Then the 2 remaining ones are festival permitting and reporting. Reporting's pretty easy. Festival permitting is probably a lot of work. If y'all wanted to work on that as a team or anything else like that, feel free to do that too.
I think that might work best.
I mean, I was gonna say that I do the festival, but yes, we can all be a
There
team.
you Or, or however, like,
Yes.
whatever you guys think.
Yes.
That's a big one to decide.
And then when I started, I was gonna do reporting, but we ended up not really having meetings. I was hoping I could take that on this year and see what I can do with it.
Whatever you guys decide works for. So that's that has divvied everything up between the 5 of you. There's 3 positions 2 that are out currently, and then if PK leaves, then that would be a 3rd open position. So if you guys know anyone, spoke with Gio just a little bit on that the council will be going through an election in May. And so a lot of things may change on council's end at that time. But I guess, can you explain, Gio, to how that kind of works? Like when council comes in, if they appoint?
Yeah, so the current council members can appoint members to the vacant seats right now. But when the new members come in, which both 1 and 4 will likely be new members, they'd be able to remove those people and put somebody else. So it's kind of like, I don't know if we should. If y'all do find somebody good, by all means, the council member can appoint them, but Typically, once the new members are in that June, they'll basically re-solidify all of the appointments citywide.
So it's also because
So most likely will stay vacant until June.
Well, if you know somebody super good, I mean, certainly you could put it forward to one of those council members still on there. And it'd be up to them whether they want to appoint them before they leave or not.
It would probably be at least 2 months before they can get someone appointed too, even if we suggested it today, because we have to wait for a city council meeting and such.
Well, so really, like, if you were to find somebody good, you could contact me and go over with me, or contact one of the council members that have the seat, because that's what I would ultimately be doing anyway. And they could appoint pretty soon, like, at this point, the earliest they could appoint is March 5th. But it's just kind of dependent on when you contact them or when they agree to it. And like I said, the new member could come in after the election in May, and they could remove that person anyway. I don't think it's very likely that they would remove anybody, but they could.
that's everything I had on discussion item B.
All right, so we're moving into number 7 on our agenda for action items. We first need to appoint a new chair of the Parks and Recreation Board. Is anyone interested in becoming the chair?
Well, I was gonna put you down for that, but
I will say, just as being a chair before, it's a great learning experience if you ever wanted to run for council or anything else like that. To actually run, it taught me a lot on how running the meetings and everything else, and it forces you to have those relationships with city administration, which is good. Not that anyone wants to.
feel like we're still
It's in the
Fairly
second
new.
page.
Yeah, you're gonna say.
pretty new.
If I need to stand into that, I will. But I'm also applying for federal jobs, including foreign services. If I get in and the FBI check clears, I could be leaving Alpine by September. So it may be a waste to put it on me and then just have to replace me. So,
Or it might just give the rest of us a little more time to
Yeah.
get some
Little
experience.
wiggle room.
Yeah. Cause this is my second meeting ever.
Yeah.
You sound like you know what you're doing.
It's good at acting, I guess.
Fake it till you make it. I guess also I just wanted to clarify, like, I don't mind staying on as secretary, but that position will also need to be filled in the near future. So that means we're looking for three
Okay,
people.
and what duties are that in that position?
Secretary, I've done nothing except when Gio is not here. I mean, he always takes notes for us, and when he's not here, I just, yeah,
She'll send me exactly what happened.
I just send you
motion.
exactly this.
Okay,
So I would say secretary is the easiest job because Gio does it.
I usually try to do it, but if I can't be here, somebody needs to be able to.
so who has the nicest penmanship?
Well, I mean, as
There's
long,
you three, cause
it doesn't about penmanship, because as long as you can read your own writing, you just type it up and send it to Gio.
And the meetings the minutes used to be pretty detailed.
And now they're not detailed at all. You literally just write, who
Yeah,
who
actually,
approved it, who seconded it, yeah.
And then the vice chair would step in, it's an additional leadership role, and they would step in when the chair's gone.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and volunteer for chair. I'm not moving away anytime soon.
That's wonderful.
And
Do we-
somebody can just make a motion.
Yeah, does
I'll
some,
make the motion
and
to
I second to nominate. Herman.
everyone
All right.
else, chair.
I got promoted.
Can we take a vote? Everyone in favor?
Yes.
Say aye.
Aye.
Alright,
All right,
Okay.
unanimous. Moving into appointing other offices of the Parks and Recreation Board, we need to nominate a vice chair, so any takers on that? What about you? Are you interested?
I nominate Larry. City Vice Chair. Cause I kinda wanted to jump on the secretary. See,
You want to jump on secretary? Okay.
Work my way up.
Okay, well, I will
So-
second that. If
Um,
you're
yeah,
interested in
I'll-
being
I'll-
a vice chair. Wonderful. Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous?
Thank you, Larry.
Would it be easiest if we just
You
did
can
second
just make a motion, second it, and then, vote on it for the other one, for the secretary.
for the secretary?
Since we
Okay,
have somebody that volunteered.
okay, so I would like to make a motion to step down as city secretary, and I would like to nominate Louise as the city secretary. Right, not the city secretary, sorry. Secretary.
Who seconded?
Everyone in favor? Let's see. Awesome. Right, so I think that's everything for appointing the offices of the board. And now I would like to open it up for number 8 for board member comments. Or if Megan has any comments.
I apologize for not having.
I don't know why.
And for future reference, we are gonna have a painting party.
Awesome.
You mentioned it.
Oh, I did not, I have not brought that up, no. Wasn't sure, did
We
he?
haven't set dates,
Okay.
but gonna make it public, get information out there, so it becomes a actual event.
Yes, we're hoping like March, April timeframe, is that still? Okay, so hoping to have a paint the park party to fix equipment, there's like lots of tables and playground stuff that needs to be fixed up, so hoping to do that in March or April.
And we have a nonprofit organization who's willing to donate for the
Yeah, who is that?
Lions.
Okay.
That might be too from the school side, something Honor Society might be able to help out with. I can check and see if for volunteer labor.
Okay.
So once we get the date set, we're gonna pin
We-
off the ones that you
I was gonna
have.
say, I already gathered a list when I made the inventory of playground equipment, so there was a list of community members who are already interested in helping. And then, yes, we were gonna probably approach the high school and probably also,
So Ross,
So
because
Ross.
Katie Williams does the student engagement.
yes, yeah.
So we'll include them. I don't know, maybe we can get someone to sponsor some food.
Are we just needing extra hands or do we also still need paint?
I don't know the date yet, I'm waiting for the list from our first permit. I don't know how many gallons, dependent on what he brings back and what the Lions Club is willing to donate. We'll see if there's I'm hoping that they'll say, oh yeah, we'll donate all of it. But if they come back and say, well, we'll do half, ideally it is part of our project and our operating budget for this year, so we. But if we do have something, I'll let you know, or if you know someone who wants to throw some hot dogs.
Also, I was gonna say, if I'm not wrong, did Andy mention previously, oh, I mean, this was a while ago, when we had talked about having a paint party, that he would be able to do something at the Legion? I don't know if you guys remember him mentioning
I.
Can't remember.
that. Okay,
But maybe they'll be the donators of hot dogs.
okay,
They're always helpful.
If we need more paint, I would say we could hit up True Value and see if they'd be, and I think we have a Boy Scouts. I thought the Scouts were completely done in the town, but someone recently posted something about Boy Scouts selling.
there is
like
still,
resale.
yeah, there is still a group.
So we could offer it off to them, be another opportunity to get more hands if we need to.
Try to offer it to everyone, just that date, we lock in a date. And then I will rely on you for the Facebook postings because I.
All right, are there any other comments from any of the other board members, on any other issues that we just discussed?
Poop in the park is getting outrageous. I don't know why just this last month or so, but I walk pretty much every day and the sidewalks are like just littered with it. I mean, I don't know I need to start checking all the bags to make sure that there are bags there, but I don't think that that's really the issue. Just for whatever reason, there's more dogs out there and people are not picking it up and it's just everywhere.
I do have dogs and I do use sometimes the bags in the park and they've always been accessible. I mean, at least in my experience, there are always bags available if needed.
We might also have,
So
not that, strains.
Straight up. These are always like right on the sidewalk. I mean, it seems like you're,
Well, said, definitely. Great.
That is true. I know there is a loose dog that is very frequently up at Baines Park, so maybe that's in that case, but I feel like in Coconut, it would probably be someone from walking their dog.
Does something like that ever, is that something like that ever pertinent to the animal advisory board? Or,
They could look at the ordinance side of it. It is really hard to catch. Someone,
I mean, unless a
Yeah,
police
you're
officer is
sitting there
sitting
and
out there
watching.
watching.
but they need to update ordinance as far as the-
I don't know if a punishment is what would solve it. I just think maybe we could roundtable on like ideas on how to curb it a little bit, or how often do we have people clean it?
We would have to do today, like closing it off.
I guess I mean, the issue is like if you're finding it on sidewalks, that's not that it should also be left in the grass, but specifically on the sidewalks, I feel like that should be addressed.
Do you think just bringing more awareness to it, like with a sign or something, or do you guys have ideas on how we can?
We put a sensory camera and just make it shame Facebook.
Session.
Okay. I think in the meantime, we'll go and start looking into the tasks that we've been assigned. I think this would kind of start falling into your task area, right, with that?
Yeah,
So figuring out that way, and if any other board members have any ideas about that, that way, next meeting, we can kind of roundtable that and discuss what might be appropriate or what can we do?
Yeah.
To kind of just stop that. Because I do notice that a lot. Every morning, everybody's walking their dogs in the morning. And
and it's ramped up. It makes me wonder if it's just there's more people walking more often because it's getting warmer,
yeah,
which means the summer's gonna be worse. Yeah, gonna have multicolored sidewalks pretty soon.
all right, is there any other comments that any of the board members have? Nope. Then I suppose I'd call to adjourn the meeting.